Forget what most top creators tell you about getting out from being broke, because most times that advice is coming from a place of opportunity, a place of being much more privileged. I'm not even trying to bash anybody here, but in today's video we're going to be covering what exactly you should do as somebody who is underprivileged, and what you actually do to actually move out from being completely broke. So the thing here is that most times they tell you to start an online business. Most people don't even understand what it actually feels like to be very, very broke. Most people that give you advice about what to do, they have never even been in that stage before. Now, today's video is going to be in three-part series. The first part is the things you should not actually do at all. The second part would cover the things you should do. Then the third part will cover the things you should do to level up. So let's look at the first part, things not to do. Don't take a loan. I mean, I wish somebody would have told me this earlier. It is very, very, very important you understand this. Going in debt can ruin you, can ruin your mental health. It can ruin every single thing you are trying to build or you are planning to accomplish. And you don't want to really fall into into the hands of loan sharks or debtors calling you up and down. That alone can even give you high BP. That's not what you should try to do. And the major reason why I'm actually mentioning this is because I have actually been part of, like, I've experienced this firsthand, and it is not advisable. Another thing you should try to do is to avoid spending or eating outside. Like, cook your food inside. If it's garri you want to drink the garri with dignity. Another thing is limit the way you move out. Vacations, traveling. Don't even think about doing those things, because those things can be very, very costly. Now, this is not saying that you should just confine to be in your house and everything. Go out, you can take walks, you can do, but just limit the number of activities you go for, parties, all those things. You just need to lock in. You need to understand where you are, and where you currently are now is that there's not a lot of funds to actually spend. Now, the final and last one, very important: do not get into an intimate relationship. A lot of people might come after me and say, but I love this person, I love that person, and a lot of things might even come up like that. But the thing is that, especially if you are a guy, I feel like this is much applicable if you're actually a guy. Going into a relationship, especially an intimate one, would force you to actually commit. I know people that are into intimate relationships, and when they explain things that they do for their partner or for the person they love, I usually see that it requires money, it requires a little bit of sacrifice. Not even a little bit, it requires a lot of sacrifice, and it requires your time. And there are four currencies of life. Let me just digress a little bit. We have money, we have energy, attention, time. Going into an intimate relationship will cover all of these four aspects: money, energy, attention, time. I think the acronym is MEAT, MEAT. So you cannot afford to do that. You cannot go into, you should not. Now, I'm not even trying to sugarcoat it. You should not stay away. Contain your feelings, suppress it inside, let it die within. Don't kill it completely. For now, farabale. Now, the second section of this video, what you should do. Now, the very basic thing, if probably you don't have a degree and you don't really have much experience like that, you just want to get a menial job. I mean, you could take sales rep jobs, you could do a teaching work. Probably you have SSC certificate, so you can do something like a teaching work. Now, the whole idea is to just get something that can keep you going. Get something that can keep you going. Don't allow your pride and ego tell you otherwise, that you are bigger than this. At this current level, you are not bigger than this. Kill your pride, kill your ego. But it should be something that can cover your feeding and can cover your transportation. At least bare minimum. Those are the things that you should actually be able to take care of. Now, when getting a menial job, you should also get a job that would allow you to do other things, like other little jobs just by this side, just to add extra income. Now, this might not be full-time works. This might be just side gigs that you can do by the weekend, or just like 3-4 hours a day. This might not really require your full attention. Maybe during weekends, something you can just go for, maybe Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday after church. Now, the third one, this is actually very important, and I wish somebody actually told me before I clocked 18. I wish somebody told me this same thing I'm about to say. Save a lot. Now, you don't want to just say, I will save when I feel like. You shouldn't do that. That is very, very risky. create a division. I don't know how to explain it. Create a separation, sorry. Create a separation where you divide your money into different sections. Now, this part of my money is used for feeding, this one is used for transportation, the other part is used for this and that. Just want to segment it so that you know that this is what I'm supposed to spend. When you go out, you don't spend extra. I think there was this quote, I think it was Warren Buffett that said, most people spend, then they save, but high leverage people and successful people save first before they actually spend. It could be as little as 25%, 30%, or even 20% of the amount you get. It's very important because a lot of things can come up. Emergencies could come up. Your phone could spoil. You could get sick. A lot of things can actually go wrong. And we're not praying that these things will actually go wrong. We're just saying that when they go wrong, you are prepared. You're not caught unaware and you don't have to touch from the amount you are using for your feeding and everything. Then you're not confused. Then you now start panicking. Then you become shitty. Then you make bad decisions. Then you go back. Then the cycle is it's just like a very vicious cycle that can be very destructive. You do not want to do that. Now, the final thing on what to do is to go to YouTube and search for simple skills to learn. I feel like this whole build up to this part is very ideal for you to go because it creates this simple leverage you can just step on, step on, step on, step on. Now you can either learn graphic design, you can learn how to create content. Literally anything you're learning should be something that is easy. It should not be something that requires you to probably have a PC or a MacBook or a high-end device. Things like video editing would require you to have high-end devices. So you are learning from YouTube. At this point, you're actually just learning. You're getting information. You're watching free YouTube videos. You remember I said you learn. Remember I said learn from YouTube. I did not say you go and buy a course. So at this point, it's still a high-end risk. So the next part is what to do to level up. Now I've covered what not to do. I've covered the things you should do. The final part is what to do to actually level up. So the first section is to live within your means but below your needs. Below your needs meaning you want to party, you want to buy shawarma, you want to buy ice cream and all those things. But because you are still trying to come out of this shackle, one of the things that you shouldn't actually get are things that you probably might need. But you need to understand that you have not fully come out. You are still inside, like you are still in it. And you want to do every possible thing to actually get out. So live within your means, but below your needs. Now, the second aspect, I'm going to link it to the third aspect together. Pay for courses and programs. Now, this is where you want to step it up a little bit. Find those platforms or find those channels, sorry, on YouTube that actually provided very decent value for you to move up the ladder in learning that skill. Now, when they post YouTube videos, most times they have like links to a bigger version of a course or a mentorship or a course or something. There's always something more. Like there's always something more. So you want to go and check if they actually have something. For the ones that have something, go and pay for it. Now you have saved up a little bit where you can actually spare a particular amount of money to get a course. Now it's not as if you just go and get everything once. I know somebody that she had a particular amount of money and boom, got a course. Boom. In 1 week, she got about 3 courses. Now it's actually very good, but you don't want to do that. You might not really be financially buoyant like she is. Then the sub bridge is to pay for is to buy books. Sorry, like buy programs and buy books. Now you pay for mentorships and courses or cohorts. Most people that usually write books, they write from wealth of experience. Most people might not actually have YouTube channels, but because they have been able to communicate what they learned into a written form. Most people now want to actually get it. They want to actually attend seminars, go for trainings, physical trainings where you would actually be taught. Go for trainings, go for conferences, go for events so that you can learn from keynote speakers and you can actually learn from discussions and interactions with people. You can network. This is how to actually grow. This is how to build. This is how to evolve out of being completely broke. Now, if you got value from this video, if you actually enjoyed every single part of this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I would really appreciate it. So till we meet again, take care and ciao for now.